as of a 7 o'clock hour, about an hour ago, winter storm warnings went into effect in the North Carolina high country. So this is the foothills, this is the mountains. On the map behind me here, you can see those outlined in pink. So if you're in Asheville, if you're in Boone, you have a winter storm warning because all of this rain that we've been experiencing over the course of the last 2 days, well, it's going to continue as we head through the overnight and into tomorrow. But as temperatures drop down tonight, we're expecting to see a little icing with that. Before we advance to the next slide, the other thing I want to show you here is even if you're not in the high country, all of those counties outlined behind me here in green, these are counties where we have flood watches out, and we're going to be monitoring even if temperatures where you live in North Carolina, in the Charlotte area, in Greenville-Spartanburg, in South Carolina, other parts of the upstate, if temperatures where you live during the overnight are above freezing, we're still going to have periods of heavy rain. So we're going to be watching for that flooding threat because we've had days upon days of heavy rain, and we're worried about that flood potential because the ground is just so saturated. So to recap here, the counties in the high country, you have a winter storm warning because we're watching for the potential of ice developing during the overnight hours. All of these other counties here across the I-77 corridor of North Carolina up into the upstate of South Carolina, parts of the Midland, you do have a flood watch. Let's go ahead and look here at the Futurecast. This is the HRR run, and you can see all of the rain, of course, outlined here in green that we're going to continue to see during the course of the next 12 hours or so. But watch closely here. Starting in the higher elevations near the Virginia border of North Carolina, you're seeing this kind of pinkish maroon color, and that is what the model is interpreting to be some frozen precipitation. So what we are expecting by the time you wake up to go to work tomorrow is in some pockets ice accumulation that could range between 1/10 of an inch and 1/2 an inch of rain. We actually have a graphic, a couple more down here, that will show you exactly what that anticipated ice accumulation is. Let's go ahead and pop that up, and you can see that across the two-state area of North Carolina and South Carolina, we're talking about a relatively small area where the ice will peak up towards 1/2 an inch or so. But if you live in any of these counties, you're going to wake up tomorrow to realize that it is November and this winter weather has set on in. Now, if you live in other areas in the high country here, we do want you to maybe delay travel if you can during the overnight. If you can wait, or if you do need to go out on the roads, do travel cautiously because we could see some frozen precipitation or some sleet as we head on through the overnights. If you aren't aware, winter is really kind of creeping up on us here. This graphic is showing what is in play for everyone else across western North Carolina and upstate South Carolina. This is the potential for that flooding, highlighting some of those areas that again include the Interstate 77 corridor, Charlotte, North Carolina, all the way back down to the upstate of South Carolina and the Midlands.